U.S. EU avoided a tariff blowoff here. Last minute deal sets 15% tariff, flat tariff on most EU exports, averting Trump's threatened, 30 to 50% hike, actually, in this case with the EU. But the one thing that's stood out was agriculture left out for now. Deal basically prioritizing autos and chips and energy, kind of leaving farmers holding hay. U.S. House pressures, the Fed again. Obviously, we have the FOMC meeting coming up this week, Wednesday. So we have the White House just saying, "Hey, we need to cut rates." Also, on the Indonesia front, trade deal risks B50 biodiesel plan. A $15 billion in U.S. energy imports could cannibalize palm oil supplies, delaying biofuel targets for Indonesia. This is a concern for them because, like, obviously, this is what we were trying to protect against, like some of the used cooking oils, a flood of cheap products coming into our ecosystem in the US and having those kind of prices affect our farmers. Same thing that's, end of the other stick here. You know, Indonesia is kind of having these concerns too. Argentina cuts export tariffs. This is going to make their grains more competitive. So you kind of see, you know, us a little bit lower here, maybe with a little bit of better weather. Also with this Argentina cut for meal, products. So we're kind of just seeing a little bit of pullback here. Not a lot of trade uh, deals being done for agriculture. Good weather still kind of remains sitting there. Cooler temperatures return to the Midwest this week. Crop stress still just kind of very low, easing again. But you know what? It's a dry August, but we always have a dry outlook, still just kind of hoping and wishing. Um, Anyways, we're looking at managed money corn still, a sizable short of like 177,000 contracts, maybe, back around 180 ish. So, we could see if we get like another 10-20 cents if we try to go max again. Could be. But beans can really sway here. So we have the Chinese meeting in Stockholm later this week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today maybe starts even, but we'll see if any. It looks like the U.S. Or the Chinese media was saying this weekend that it pretty much looks like it's going to be a 90-day can kicker again. Now they've been pretty spot on with these negotiations. It's the U.S. that's kind of flip flop, but it seems like this early chatter from the Chinese media is pretty much what has happened in these meetings. So we'll see if this stays. U.S. EU avoided a tariff blowoff here. Last minute deal sets 15% tariff. Flat tariff on most EU exports, averting Trump's threatened, 30 to 50% hike, actually, in this case with the EU. But the one thing that's stood out was agriculture left out for now. Deal basically prioritizing autos and chips and energy, kind of leaving farmers holding